God, every time we do a stream, and, like, I got to admit, it is going to be weird, like, if we ever stream and we don't do a Matt Walsh reaction.
Are you saying we go over Matt Walsh a lot?
Yeah, but
there was a dry period.
There was a dry period, but we need, honestly, the Campbell never... Honestly, I want to interview Campbell one day.
Jason S. Campbell is just great at...
God amongst men.
Just gathering...
God amongst men.
Crap ton of good clips.
God amongst men.
Yeah.
Come on the show, David, please. We appreciate you.
And of course we aren't.
Wait. Prelude this for us. What's happening? Who does he want dead now?
He was saying that colonizing isn't necessarily a bad thing, and it can be a good thing. And honestly, at this point, I almost feel like Matt Walsh doesn't really... Damn, I should have
kept that other article in.
I don't know if Matt Walsh truly believes in what he's saying. Like, there's just so much crazy shit.
Let's see what he has to say.
He is employed by the Daily Wire, and it's probably, his paycheck's probably reflected by the amount of views he gets. And, like, Eddie, how can you just say so much crazy shit?
Hi, Matt.
Colonizers just because we happen to live in the United States. But also, we never...
Wait, let's rewind.
And of course, we aren't colonizers just because we happen to live in the United States. But also,
we're settlers, but that's not... Yeah, I mean... Well, colonizers are...
I'm not a settler. I got.
Half of you is.
Oh, sure, yeah. If your family got mixed by a settler, then you're a settler. Now, what the fuck? What type of weird backwards logic is? It's like, oh, you dared to be R-worded by a settler, so now your kid is a settler. Yeah, no, that's... Maybe if you go far enough left,
yes,
it pops up. It's just some weird part of the Twitter rabbit hole.
Evil.
Yeah.
Never should have accepted the premise that colonization is some sort of inherently bad, evil thing. It's actually a ludicrous premise. No matter what leftists meant when they say that they want to decolonize the West.
You can't really decolonize the West.
Too ingrained.
There's been 3-4 generations of people who live on this land. They're native now, effectively speaking. It's, the Indians need to be given more and a better shot, but I'll be honest with you, even on there, like, for that, we don't really know enough. We just know that they lack a lot of the resources that the rest of America has. Their college high school dropout rates are very high.
Yeah.
Their education's kind of shoddy. Doesn't seem like they have the most opportunities where they are.
They don't.
So, I mean, besides, like,
and
that type of stuff, then, yeah.
I don't know if the casino market is really enough to hold up the Native American economy. Like, they need to be more support. I was going to say integrated with the U.S., but no, they should be able to be their own, but still succeed.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, when you're literally encased by the U.S.,
historically, has been a force for good throughout the world.
I don't know if India would believe that, man.
Let's see. I think my guess is going to be paternal racism, but let's see.
Introducing the rule of law, public health, human dignity.
Yeah, all those dead people. All the. When we wiped out like 70-80% of the Indian population. All that dignity.
Do you not know that there was laws in the Americas before it became colonized? Like, didn't we base off parts of our government from Native American government?
The lynchings.
Yeah, like the arrows being bundled together is from the Native Americans.
Don't forget the Indian towns. When we converted a bunch of Indians to live in towns, and then we get super paranoid about them, and then we go and murder them, because we basically corralled them in a fucking ghetto. And we did that a bunch of times. And then we also forced them into barren lands. Then we also destroyed their lands by putting pipelines through it, etc., etc. It's like, what do you want to do? Like, do we really care about them and value human life and dignity? It seems like we just value the money we could have pulled out of them. Like we're squeezing blood from a stone. And we're going to keep on squeezing until there's nothing but dust and blood in our hand. So.
Yeah.
To certainly this entire hemisphere.
You're a hemisphere, Matt Walsh. You ever think about that?
We're currently living on. As we've talked about earlier in the week, before colonization, the natives were ripping the hearts out of children as offerings to their sun gods.
Oh, yeah, but if you worked in a Caribbean slave plantation, they'll just cut off your arms because you didn't make enough money for your owners.
Are you forgetting all those wars that they fought, like the 30 Years' War? The war of,
Yeah.
what was it, the war of the Northern Wars, the like all the various wars of Europe. Oh yeah, the various wars of the French Republic, or what, the French Empire under Napoleon, where Europe was basically fighting itself for like 30 years, 40 years, or fighting the whole damn continent for like 30 years.
Like in the Caribbean sugar plantations, people didn't live long enough for new shipments of slaves to come in. They had to just keep shipping in slaves because what was it, like their age only went up to like the mid-20s, and then they would just die. Like that was their life expectancy, was mid-20s.
Don't forget modern times with World War One, World War Two. Seems like Europe's at war. I mean, Ukraine and Russia. Azerbaijan and what was it, Serbia? It seems like Europe's at war a hell of a lot. Seems like Europe's constantly killing itself, like all the time. The French are engaged in Mali. I mean, it seems like they're always fighting. And, like, I don't know, man.
And, of course, when I say natives, and if I say that term,
Do your thing.
the
Cook,
tribes that lived
Matt.
on this continent when the conquistadors arrived were themselves not native to this continent. They came here and killed whoever was there first. But in any event, conquering them was the right decision for all of humanity. And it's just beyond dispute.
So like, how could you just believe in manifest destiny?
So I'll just make the argument. The reason why you shouldn't believe it is because think about the entire progress of human rights after that point. Think about the racial politics of that point. Think about it all over the world.
Andrew Jackson saying, fuck the Supreme Court, let's just go and slaughter.
Well, the point is that think of the progress we've made and that people have more rights, not less. And those are rights that we enshrine. And it seems like all of history is us trying to pull away from that and other, counter forces trying to drag us back. Put it to you like this. If we had the world Matt Walsh wanted, I firmly believe we'd still be living in huts. Living till we're 30 and having 20 children and dying in a war. Mm-hmm. If it was up to Matt Walsh, we'd have a world where the races are segregated and fighting. No. The world he wants is a world where humanity ends because we fucking nuked ourselves. Africa was getting uppity and we nuked them because they were, they're getting too dark. Or we nuked China because the yen's scary. Or China nuked us because the US dollar is just sort of pissing them off that week. No, the world Matt Walsh wants is a terrible, terrible existence of a world.
That we are all living much better lives now because of it.
The vast majority of the world making $1 a day disagrees. Yeah, they love making Nike's fucking t-shirts and
I don't know
Nike's
if sweatshop
hats.
workers agree. I don't know if Native Americans on the reservations necessarily agree.
Oh yeah, Palestine, where bombs are falling on their houses every other day. Oh yeah, Ukraine, where bombs are also falling on their houses every day.
Yeah.
Wow, all this is working out so great.
And also, it's not like they were just given these quote-unquote better lives for the fact that the colonizers were so gracious to bestow upon them. They had to fight for it through movements, protests.
Some of them haven't ended yet.
And some of them haven't gotten it back yet. It's like it's as if he believes that, like, in the civil rights movement, the people, they just gave them their rights.
Well, it seems like
as if there wasn't a huge push that they had to do.
All the qualities of the modern
to reach
world,
equality, quote unquote.
All the qualities of the modern world are essentially rejections of the world that Matt Walsh wants.
Yeah.
Frankly, every freedom you have, hell, even freedom of speech. Do you think you'd be free to criticize King Walsh? Fuck no, dude. This is the face he'd give you as he oversees your execution.
Well, I mean, he did say that, voting rights basically aren't universal, and they're not exactly, God-given. Then basically not everyone has the right to vote, and implying that there should be literacy tests. So, it is a crazy
I bet Matt
world.
Walsh gets the vote, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So, whatever.
And also, I think it's just weird being for literacy tests, considering the historical... implications to a group of people.
Oh, he knows.
That were,
he knows. He likes it. That's what he wants.
He
knows.
I know.
He's not stupid. He knows.
But then again, I do wonder though if he's does he actually believe these things? Because I don't know. Maybe like a third of it he does.
He believes in money. Yeah. He believes in money. Shit, I believe in money too. Donate to us somehow.
In practical terms, it means you're doing a lot better now than you would have if colonization had never occurred. And that's pretty clear. And after the massacres in Israel this week and the shameful and brazen response from many corners of the left, no serious...
Yeah, and the shameful responses from the right, you genocidal horse. You guys have literally been calling for the destruction of Palestinians from before the war even started. And you guys just want to sweep your skeletons under the rug, but you've been calling for genocide for so long that America lost interest. We just accepted the fact that these people don't matter. And it's so messed up because at the end of the day, like, my biggest problem with the Israeli-Hamas war is, and I'll get in trouble for this for the left, but Israel had to respond. Israel can't just let itself get fucking rocket attacked, all right, and let its civilians be captured. That is a completely fair statement. Israel has a right to defend itself in that scenario. But what does victory mean? What's going to be the ratio? 3 dead Palestinians to 1 dead Israeli? What the total destruction of the Gaza Strip? Like, both? Is it? What does victory look like?
I think Netanyahu's probably just going to reach for the stars because I don't know if he's going to win next election. Having, your equivalent to Pearl Harbor happen and just, he's probably thinking he has to do with Nagasaki, has to do something that's equivalent to make Hamas buckle and to bring up his approval numbers. Because, how can you be the president that said that basically, oh, yeah, you're going to protect Israel. Your biggest thing is to protect Israel from the Palestinians, be the strong-handed leader,
so
and then just have
Reuters,
a total fucking failure when Hamas did a huge strike on your nation.
So Reuters, according to the Reuters, there's roughly 40,000. I've seen numbers about 30 to 40,000. Understand something. 40,000 is a large number, yeah. But understand that Israel called up, mind you, not active soldiers, reservists, the back pocket guys. 300,000. Their reserve army is going to crush Hamas. So what does victory look like with these overwhelming odds? That's my problem, and Israel's being kind of vague. They said the elimination of all terrorist groups. But that's not going to happen.
We knew what that meant in the Middle East wars with the U.S.
Yeah,
that's a forever war.
Yeah, 20-year war. Congratulations, Israel.
And also, bombing the cities where there's a shit ton of civilians, that also creates terrorists because they'll have no other place to go to but Hamas.
Oh yeah, the ultimatum's up. It's been 24 hours. You know what?
Yes, there's probably bombings happening.
Let's not get off on that. We already talked about it.
Person could dispute what decolonization means either. It refers to a genocidal ideology that we have let fester for far too long. And at this point, the stakes are obvious. Everybody promoting decolonization wants to murder civilians, not just in Israel, but in every civilized country on the planet.
That's not true at all. You can be pro-decolonization without having to kill civilians. In fact, being anti-decolonization is pro-killing civilians because everybody who says that Israel or Hamas killed babies, I'm going to just ask you, do you think the fact they're about to cut the power to incubators on the Gaza Strip, you don't think that's going to kill babies? What do those babies ever do? What? Does killing babies on one side justify killing babies on the other? So it's okay when Israel kills babies? Is that what we're doing? Is that the standard that we have? I thought the Israeli army was supposed to be a moral army. So that's obviously not true. Just as barbaric as the people you say and the people you criticize. Let's be real. You're okay with killing children. You're okay with killing babies. You're okay with it as long as it's retaliatory. Right? That justifies it, right? What's one more dead kid, right? Another flame snuffed out before it even got a chance to be a fire. Sickening. And you say this is a justified response. You see the shit we're dealing with? You see the genocidal rhetoric we're dealing with? Man, it's hard not to just get upset about this shit. But, these people know what they're doing, and they know what their rhetoric is going to lead to.
Don't ignore what they're saying.
Yeah, don't ignore what you're saying.
That they are your enemy, and the enemy of all civilized people.
Understand something, that he is the enemy of peace-loving people around the world. He is okay with the destruction and annihilation of cultures who have no power to defend themselves, because in his mind, the homogeny of one culture is better than us having the blanket of many cultures. Instead of having us, having the many worlds where people can be and the many types of people who can live, he wants there to be one person. People like Matt Walsh. He only wants one kind of person to vote. He only wants one kind of person to lead. People like him. So keep in mind, if you're someone who loves peace and freedom, if you love American values, he's not your friend. He does not believe in what you believe.
Yes, I do agree. He gives off the vibe that he wouldn't like it if people spoke Spanish at Taco Bell. Yes, I do agree.
Thank you, guys.
That he might get a little ticked off if he hears, like Mandarin in Costco. You might be a little ticked off if you're Korean in Koreatown. It's just the irony and bigotry is there. Yeah.